white in your family?
Oh my God.
No white is just like my.
You have no white in your family? Your last name is Carmichael.
Oh Lord.
Speak on it.
I can't comment, but if I have
exactly.
white in my family, but I just know that my dad has this type of hair too.
Oh,
When I just put hot water on it, my hair naturally curls up.
wow. Well, let me try some hot water on this hair, because see, this is what happens when I put water in my hair. It curls up.
Ooh, geez.
Most African American. What do you mean? Oh, geez. Hold on. Have you seen that? What are you talking about? Rosetta, have you take a look in the mirror today, girl?
I have looked in the mirror. It doesn't look that bad, but I'm
why
natural.
did you leave the house? Why did you leave the house this morning?
But actually, it looked a lot better this morning.
Yeah, I was
Travis will
like,
tell you the moisture in the air. It poof. I'm natural. I can't
really?
help it.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Comment
Okay,
on
well, see, this right here.
But you should have caught me yesterday.
This is natural. All right.
Okay, I can get my
This
hair
right
cut.
here. This
It's
is
flat iron. It's flat iron. That's why. It's
hardly
okay.
iron.
It's
How about
okay.
that? Yeah. Okay. Now back to the scheduled programming. Okay. No periscopers.
They couldn't see it. No way.
Trying to get mad at the new dread.
Ooh.
Don't get mad at the new dread.
I mean, y'all was just taking up for James, but
Usually she's throwing you under the bus.
they hating on your hair.
You know what, James? You need to learn how to
It's
speak for
okay.
yourself.
It's okay.
No, I can speak. I'm not mute.
Whatever,
here.
pretty boy.
No, I can speak.
Pretty boy JC.
Yeah.
Are you in a fraternity yet?
No, not yet.
Thinking about a fraternity?
Thinking about.
Probably want to be a pretty boy, don't you?
No.
Okay, just checking. Pretty boy. You remember Eddie Murphy's movie,
What's
The
wrong?
Cotton Club, with Richard Pryor
Oh,
and Red Fox and all?
Yes.
Pretty mother. Quick! Pew!
my favorite part is Eddie Murphy.
I'm gonna kill him. Okay, I'm sorry. All right, we're going to take a pause for the cause. Don't forget, coming up in the 1 o'clock hour, it is officially National Autism Awareness Day. And we're also celebrating the entire month here at BroncoRadio.com as well. Make sure you go to our Facebook page. You'll see that we have, in honor of Nikki Creecy's organization, ShineLight,
Shine.
will be our cover page for the entire month of April. So we're bigging up your company and getting those likes up and all that kind of good stuff. So we've already attained our goal too. Remember the other day we put up that we were attempting to help them get to 300 likes. So they've surpassed 300. So we've done our job. But you know what? Just because we've attained that goal doesn't mean that we're going to stop there. We're going to keep it going. All right. And so we're going to speak on it, because there is a program called Autism Speaks as well too. So we're definitely going to give you the 411 coming up in the 1 o'clock hour. But right now we're going to take a pause for the cause and come back with the sports guy, Travis Bledsoe, and then we'll kick off the top of the hour with Miss Nikki Creecy. Am I saying your name properly? Just nod. Don't say it yet. She's like, yeah, okay, thank you, Nikki. All right, just wanted to make sure. And camera guy, Titus Emmanuel Farrell is in the building, so obviously we'll be recording this program and popping it up on the big website, www.bronco-iradio.com. More right after this.
More of the RayTHOMAS Variety Show is coming up.
RayTHOMAS on your radio, yo, the world famous RayTHOMAS Variety Show.
And we say good afternoon to you. 9 minutes after 1 o'clock, hour number 2 of the program. I am he that is him, the heavyweight RayTHOMAS, along with the interns,
Travis Bledsoe.
Who's that, Adams?
And intern James Carmichael.
and our special in-studio guest, the one and only, the very lovely
Nikki Creecy.
Hey, Nikki, how you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
All right, so go ahead and say your last name for me one more time.
It's Creecy.
Creasy, like almost have a crease in your pants.
Exactly.
All right, Creasy. Okay, all right, getting that straight. All right, so I'm trying to figure out how I found you on Facebook, because I'm always perusing social media, and I'm always doing my due diligence. And whenever I see people that are doing great things, I always reach out to them and say, hey, I need to have you on the show. And you were like, okay, yeah.
Sure.
So do you remember how I found you?
I think it was through your Facebook friend, Anna Douglas.
Okay, all right, yeah.
So.
Because Anna, that's how it all got started.
Yes.
Anna Douglas sent me a page like request to like the ShineLight page.
Right.
So I said, okay, well, haven't talked to Anna in a while since I was over at WFSS, our sister station, and that was years ago. Because Anna is a professional comedian. You know, she's a gospel comedian, and does her thing. She does stage plays and all that kind of good stuff. But just an all-around great person, and she sings too. And so she sent me that, and I said, oh, okay, tell me a little bit more, because I thought it was her organization. So she said, well, no, I'm just doing it on behalf of my friend, because, you know, they have this organization and they're trying to get information out to people about autism. And I'm like, okay, well, you know, we'll let her know that I would like to, you know, have her on the show. But I guess before she did that, she called you, but I had already sent you a friend request, because I always do double time. Even though I ask somebody to do something, I'm still going to do it myself as well. You know, so just in case, so you know that there is a sense of urgency that I really wanted to have you on the show. So we reached out, we connected, and here she is, Nikki Creecy. All right, so it's a pleasure to have you here. So let's get a little background information on who is Nikki Creecy.
Well, I'm a native of Fayetteville. I'm a graduate of Terry Sanford High School.
All right,
So,
championship Terry Sanford.
Yes. I am, and actually have my bachelor's in psychology, and I received that at UNC.
Okay. We're not gonna,
Hence
that's
the
the
Carolina
Blue.
Blue.
The Carolina Blue that you're rocking today, but we're not going to hold that against you. Welcome to
Thank you.
Bronco Nation.
I have a nephew here that is a student here.
Okay,
Nicholas.
but it's okay. It's all right. We're just tugging at you. This one over here, though, our intern Rosetta Adams, she forgets where she is from time to time.
I heard earlier.
Yeah, exactly.
I wasn't gonna hold it against her. She went to UNC. I mean,
Thank you.
That's great. I just
As far as basketball goes,
little
you can't hold
sensitive
anything.
topic. It's just a sensitive.
It's a great school.
Great school.
Along with
Awesome
Duke.
school.
All those are great schools. But
Yeah. I used to live in Durham when I first came here from California. But if I had to pick a side, even though I had friends in both institutions, I think I was a Carolina guy.
Well,
Yeah.
go here. Yes, you're here.
Michael Jordan, I'm just saying.
that's all you have to say.
I'm just saying.
James Worthy. I mean, I'm just saying. You know.
You know. But I'm a good friend with Robert Brickey, so, you know, do you know who that is?
No.
All right, but you're a Duke fan, so
Yeah.
see, you're a fake fan. You're not a real fan. At least you got to know the history of your team. I know you know the history of your team, Nikki.
A little.
Yeah. So she don't want to really come at you like that, because she's here to talk about autism.
Right.
You know, we don't want you feeling some kind of way, because Rosetta is known for throwing people under the bus.
I would never throw her under the bus.
Not until she knows you. Once she gets to know you, then you're open target. All right, so let's get back. Can we get back to Nikki?
Yes, we can.
All right. Okay, so as you were saying, Nikki.
Oh, well, as I was saying, I'm a graduate of UNC, and I am the CEO of ShineLight. We've been in operation since 2006, and we service adults and children with autism as well as developmental disabilities.
Okay. So how did ShineLight come about?
Well, we actually, our name changed last year. We used to be Genesis in the beginning of Fayetteville, and with some marketing leadership, we did some research and we decided that to get more community awareness, we would change our name.
Okay.
And plus, inherent to what we are and what we represent, we went with the name ShineLight.
And it kind of ties in too, because the theme
It's shine.
actually is, you know, light it up.
That's
Blue.
right.
And blue is. How'd you guys come up with that color blue, though?
Well, it's one of my favorites.
Uh-huh.
So,
See, you're both in that same category now, so it's as long as it's blue.
As long as it's blue.
Blue is true. And I always believe that God loves you if you're rocking some blue. All right, so obviously we're here to learn more about autism. So let's break down the definition of autism and what it actually is.
well, it is a developmental disability, which means it's lifelong. And there are pretty much 3 areas that it affects: communication, social skills, and then a category, unique behaviors. So individuals will have sometimes repetitive behaviors, fixations, and those types of things. So,
But that's what we're going to do here today. We're definitely going to learn something, because I know I have some friends that have children that have autism and things like that. And it definitely takes a great deal of patience and, of course, understanding, you know, and... you know, it's. I heard a young lady posted on her Facebook page the other day, and she was talking about Steve Harvey. Steve Harvey has a character that was. They were in church, and the characters missed something or whatever it is, but he was making fun of an autistic boy that came to church, you know, and he was blowing bubbles or what have you and things like that. And, you know, it's satire, but at times that satire really affects the lives of people that are really living it on a day-to-day basis. So she didn't find the humor in that, you know, and then for him to have such a big platform, you know, a lot of times, and we attempt to teach our students that we have to be responsible as broadcasters to be careful of the things that we put out there, because once we put it out, it's out there. You know, so it definitely affects a lot of people. You know, and I think we're at the stage where information is definitely the key. We need to be more informed about what autism is and how we can be better and do better to working with those people that do have that. I know you guys had questions.
Yes, I had a question for you, Nikki. How is there a way for parents, like new parents especially, to know if there's prevention for the child who might be diagnosed with autism? Like, are there, like you say, you mentioned some signs, but if there's like early signs as a child or an infant, how would you diagnose that?
Well, I could tell you what some of the signs are. I can't diagnose, but I would say that any loss of language and communication would be one of the signs. Eye contact, a lot of times, it's not always the case, but a lot of times individuals who have autism don't maintain eye contact well. Their interactions and their social skills, those would be the indications that maybe something is going wrong. And if they're not gaining meaningful language, like a typically developing child would, those could be some of the signs.
Now I know with autism, before when I first heard about it, they always try to say like a kid who's autistic has one special skill. I want to know how true that is, because, you know, with I think it was back in like 2006, the kid Jason McElwain, who got into the basketball game, was shooting all the threes like the last part of the game. And there was a kid I was watching too who was great at playing the piano. So is that true? As far as like them being so great at that one particular skill, does that ring with autism or?
Well, not the thing about autism, which is why the name has changed to autism spectrum disorder, is because every child, it affects every person differently. And so there are those individuals who have those unique talents and gifts, but that's not the case with every person who has autism. So
I think also a movie that shined some light on autism was Rain Man.
Right.
You remember that?
Yes.
With it was Dustin Hoffman and Tom Cruise.
Right.
And you know, that's where it really gave me an understanding, you know, but it focused on that, and there are no two people that are autistic that are actually the same.
Exactly.
So it's never the same symptoms.
Right. Well, and a lot of times in the media and those types of movies highlight those who are more higher functioning. And so then you have those that do not have language at all.
Right.
And so again, it affects every person differently.
So this entire month of April is dubbed as Autism Awareness Month. So how do you guys go about getting the awareness out, you know, to the global community?
Well, ShineLight personally, we're doing things like this, and we're really trying to focus on our Facebook and YouTube channels to get awareness. We're planning some community events. We want to do a race later. That's later this year, but those are the things that we're doing personally.
Okay, well, definitely on our behalf, in regards to Bronco Eye Radio, we'd definitely like to be, a collaborator. Sure. You know, when you do that, to get the information out, you know, in regards to offering you advertising and promotions, you know, of the event. Obviously, we do this as community service because that's part of our responsibility as being broadcasters, is to make sure that we keep our global audience informed with, you know, events like this. So it's not always about that dollar, you know, that people think that we're in this business for, but it's about making a difference, you know, and that's what we want our platform to do for our students as well as, you know, for our global audience that's listening. So we definitely want to be a part of that. So when you get around to that, make sure you get us the information.
We definitely will.
So we can put it out there for you.
Thank you.
If there was something that you can say to the people that don't understand or don't get it, because I know every day you're probably thinking, man, what, I wish there was just one thing that I can do so people will say, oh, you know, the light goes off and says, okay, now I understand. What would that be?
I think it would be to be open and sensitive to cultural diversity, because this is it's so there's so many people who are affected by autism that it's time that we try to get it. So we have to be sensitive to the fact that whether we're typically developing or not, we no two people are alike, and we just need to be sensitive to that.
All right, so obviously throughout the entire month of April, there are things that are going on besides you coming up to the program and talking about autism. What are some of the other events that you have planned for the month?
Well, I'm going to be doing another radio show, and our major focus right now actually is our race, because that's taking up so much of our time and resources, and so that's our major focus. Of course, there are some things that we can all do, and so we're making sure that we have our blue bulbs and we're lighting it up blue, and we're doing those types of things.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Well, you see, you're on your blue microphone, right?
I do, and I love it.
We have our blue screens in the studio, and I'm rocking my Bronco blue pants. I'm like, I made sure I can't lift my leg up that high. Titus, don't ask me to do that again. I think I just pulled a muscle. All right, but yeah, definitely. Now, with that race, when do you plan on having the race?
Well, our goal right now is October. We have not nailed down a date because we have to make with the other community events, and so we actually wanted to do it in May, but the color run is going to be coming in May. So we had to push our date back. So we're still planning, but that's where the pool of our resources.
Well, know that we definitely want to be on board, and if we need to tease it as we get closer and closer to the months and everything like that, just make sure that we get the information, and we'll definitely place it on our platform. And just so people will know too, if you want more information about the ShineLight organization, make sure you go to broncoiradio.com, our website, because we'll be posting your banner up there as well too, so they can find you. Also, go to the Facebook page and like the Facebook page too. We've achieved I had put a goal up for 300 likes. When I found your page, it was at 179, and then after we did that, then I just sent it out to my peeps, my global peeps, and then we got it up to it's over 300 now.
That's right.
So we wanted to get higher than that. We want this thing to be a viral thing where people are seeking out information on autism. And a big shout out's going out to my little sister Nikki Epps down there in Atlanta. She has a son that has autism as well, and just a great young man. And she's just a really great young lady as well too, and she definitely speaks out and informs people about autism. So things like this is definitely needed and is necessary. So we thank you for the work that you do.
Thank you.
Because it's kind of a thing where you have to be passionate about something like this, man. And we attempt to utilize our platform to make sure that we educate, inform, and keep people in the know. So we're definitely going to do our due diligence to make sure that we help you to get that information out there.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Now, if there are any people out there that would like to assist you in what you're doing, how do they go about getting in contact with you?
Yes.
They can go to our Facebook page or our website, shine-light.org.
Okay.
And we have some information there about how they can reach us.
Okay. So obviously we're going to post all that information on this video that we're recording right now with our man Titus Emmanuel Farrell, and we'll make sure that we get the information up there. And then you can also utilize this video too to use it, to inform some other people about the whole conversation that we just had. And it's a pleasure having you on.
Pleasure being here.
So and know that you have an open invitation. So it's not a one and done kind of thing. It's not
now.
It's not like March Madness where you have one interview and then you're gone. No, this is family. So it's an open invitation. So just let us know when you want to come back.
Sure.
All right. So once again, we're talking to the one and only Nikki Creecy of ShineLight. And make sure you go to our page to get all the information that you need. And we are lighting it up blue today. Yes, indeed we are. Duke blue and Carolina blue, okay?
And Bronco blue.
Kentucky blue. Anything that's blue.
Sky blue.
Okay, boo? Oh, you like that? Did you like that? How I rock that boo?
Yeah,
Okay, yeah.